Hello everyone, welcome to the Ozark Outpost. This is Global War 85, Operation Escobar, Warsaw Pact 13.1. Okay, a bit of housekeeping from the American 12.4. I overlooked that the Soviet Indian Ocean ships could still draw supply from this Soviet minor defense treaty army base in Yemen. I also did not realize at the time that even if ships are out of supply, they can still block movement, sea lift, supply path, so forth. So what I did was, of course, I took the out of supply markers off. So I withdrew the sea lifted units that had went to Oman and Somali Republic. Some returned to South Africa. The one that had went to Somali Republic landed instead there in Kenya. And since I would not have done it if I knew that they would be vulnerable to attack, I pulled the amphib back from I-5 to M8. So that corrects that. All right, now on to Warsaw Pact's turn. Damage repair. They are repairing the 8 damage to, I believe it was the major army base in West Czechoslovakia. Yes. And we did that with 5 battle stars and 3 IPP. Okay, now tech. Advanced ASF, advanced sonar, Top Gun, advanced manufacturing. So yes to advanced sonar and advanced manufacturing. So advanced sonar goes to stage 2, and they're on the board for stage 1 of advanced manufacturing. Okay, clear this off. Global operations. As you can see here, Warsaw Pact is going to use their 2 free dice to try once again to talk Mozambique into a military pact. Don't know if that will happen. For Alliance nuclear release, you see 3 dice here. That is the current victory point differential between Team Blue and Team Red. Okay, well, look at that. Bam! 11, they got it. Even though they didn't actually roll it, I'm going to go ahead and do the Alliance release so we can see how this the new nukes are going to play. So, the Warsaw Pact Alliance is now released for strategic nuclear attack against NATO and US Global, which you will see in a bit. Okay, there's no military aid. Regular purchase, which you can still see without me moving the camera. They're spending 12 on 2 MBTs and 2 early gen MBTs. Going to spend 12 more on 2 early gen MBTs and 2 self-propelled artillery. I'm going to spend 8 on 4 more early gen MBTs. Build 6 cruise missiles and 2 anti-ship missiles. All right. Combat movement. This is going to be the turn of the missile. Okay, first off, if we can see things, I'm knocking stuff over here with tripod legs. If we can see through the dense crowd there in Turkey, the last theater missile, I've already taken it off the board. The last theater missile from Romania is fired 1-2 into Marmara to target the already damaged major joint airbase. Let's see here. Major airbase from Romania is going to shoot a theater nuclear cruise missile 1-2 into Marmara to target the minor shipyard. Major airbase in Bulgaria is going to shoot a theater nuclear cruise missile 1 to target the major port here in Marmara, trying to shut off American naval military aid and heavy land unit military aid to Turkey. Okay, that is it for right there. Come over here. And okay, the remaining theater missiles from East Germany are all being shot, all 5 of them. So 1 against the major air base in Rhineland, 1 against the major army base in Rhineland, 1 against the minor air base in Picardy, 1 against the major army base there, and 1 against the major nuclear air base in southern England. Those are all theater missile attacks. All the theater missiles for Warsaw Pact have now been shot. They're not going to have any more after this turn. Okay, then so I'm looking here to make sure. Okay, the major air base in western Poland is going to shoot a theater nuclear cruise missile 1, 2, 3, 4 and target the major port there in Picardy. Then the major air base in East Germany is going to shoot a theater nuclear cruise missile 1, 2, 3, 4 to target the minor shipyard nuclear base in Scotland. And I think that is all of those. Warsaw Pact is shooting the last of its theater nuclear cruise missiles. Okay, then the 2 SSNs from A10 move over here to A6, come off silent running. The SSN in A12 moves into the strait here in A11, and they're combining to shoot 6 anti-ship missiles at the NATO fleet in A10. And there is a cruiser and 2 frigates there, so they will have 3 missile defense shots. All right. I believe that's everything there. Go over here and check the notes real quick to be sure. Okay, Marmara Army Base, Rhineland Army Base, Picardy, Rhineland Air Base, Picardy Major Port, Scotland Shipyard, Marmara Shipyard, Marmara Major Port Base. Okay, then on the strategic side, Warsaw Pact is shooting all 10 IRBMs that they had in the counterforce reserve box, and they are shooting the maximum allowed 3 IRBMs at counter value targets in NATO. They can only do 3 because your counter value attacks are limited to the victory point differential amount, which, as I said earlier, is 3. This is a very streamlined, very much simplified nuclear attack process now. As you can see, I've put the weapons here on NATO's dashboard because they are the target. I won't be targeting individual facilities or cities. What we'll do when we get to this part is NATO will do its strategic nuclear defense roles, and then any weapons that get through will be successful attacks, and we'll go over that when we get to it. Okay, so first, I think since I'm here with the camera, I'm just going to do everything right here, so I'll have to do some walking back and forth around the table. First, we're going to start with the 2 theater nuclear cruise missile strikes in Marmara. So the first one is against the minor shipyard. So 1 defense shot, it misses. Then we've got the major port. It would have 2 inherent SAMs. Those both miss. Okay, so for the minor port, we have 1d6, or for the shipyard, 2 damage to the shipyard, and then for the major port, 5 damage there. That is enough to destroy that. So we're going to put 2 damage on the minor shipyard and mushroom cloud on the major port. Get that out of the way, move him down out of the way. 2 damage there, and that major port is destroyed. So that is going to be that's going to be 1 + 1 to the fallout level, take it up to 17. And yeah, okay. Now we'll do the theater missile strike on the already damaged major air base. And to remind ourselves, a major air base has a max damage of 14. So 2 inherent SAMs. Oh, that missile is shot down. It does not get to attack. Okay, take that off. Next, we are going to have the theater nuclear cruise missile strike on Scotland at the minor shipyard. That missile is shot down. No joy there. Now we'll do the Theater nuclear cruise missile on the major port in Picardy. There's the inherent SAMs. That missile is shot down. Okay, that is it for those Theater nuclear cruise missiles. So now we're on Theater missiles again. So we'll do the major air base in southern England. Okay, that missed. There is 12 damage to that. Ouch. As we just said, max damage for a major air base is 14. So it's not max damaged or destroyed, but it is going to be a very expensive repair job. Very expensive repair job. Alright, next will be the Theater missile against the major army base in Picardy. Okay, that one gets through. There's 9 damage there. And then the minor air base in Picardy. That missile shot down. I'll put the 9 damage on the army base. Okay, then we're going to have the Theater missile strikes on the army base and air base in Rhineland. Those are both majors. So we'll do the army base first. Okay, that one's shot down. The air base, that one gets through. 4 damage on that. Okay, apply that damage. And that's it for Theater missiles. So now we'll have the ASM attack in A10. NATO has 3 missile defense shots. Ooh! All 3's hit. Okay. Half of the Warsaw Pact missiles shot down. Half get through. And there are 2 hits. Two hits. There's the NATO fleet card here. So they're going to put 1 hit each on the amphib and the supercarrier. Okay, there's that. Now it's time for the strategic attack. All right. Now, as I read the rules, let me check it here again. NATO is going to get a defense of, I believe, 1 die per weapon. Where is it at here? I want to make sure I get this right. Being attacked by IRBMs, they had not completed SDI. They have completed AMD, and that is worth 1 die of strategic nuclear defense. So that is going to be per weapon. So we have 15, or no, we have 13 weapons total being fired. So we're going to do them separately. So there's 3, 6. 360. Okay, here's the 10 defense shots for the counterforce attack. One, two, three. 3 of the counterforce weapons are knocked out. So 3 are knocked out, 7 made it through. And now we got 3 defense shots against the counter value weapons. All 3 counter value weapons make it through. Okay, there's no more rolling. Every missile that gets through scores a hit. So on the counter value, each one destroys a NATO strategic weapon. And NATO gets to decide how the casualties are assigned. So they're going to take out the 4 nuclear gravity bombs. And now they got to take 3 more hits. They're going to take 3 hits on SLBMs. Okay, so now these are gone. And now the 3 counter value hits, Warsaw Pact gets to choose how those are allotted. The way this works is that a counter value hit puts a mushroom cloud on a NATO city. A minor city can take a maximum of 1 mushroom cloud. A major city can have 2 mushroom clouds. So they are going to put 2 mushroom clouds on Paris, and they're going to put 1 on They're going to put one on Extremadura down here. Down there in Spain. Now what those do at the end of the game, the counter value mushroom clouds just on the cities, not the ones that I'm using to show nuclear destroyed facilities. These, each mushroom cloud is -1 victory point when you go to tally the final score. NATO currently has just 1 victory point, so in order to be able to score anything at the end of the game, they're going to have accumulated 4 victory points to have anything count. Okay, now fallout. Each successful strategic nuclear attack is +2 to the fallout. So that was 7 and 3 is 10. So our fallout goes up to 27. Pretty big jump all at once. All right. Hopefully I did that correctly. I think I did, but as we've seen plenty of times before, I make mistakes. Okay, now we're on to non-combat movement. There isn't very much of that, just a little bit. Now this was technically a combat move. The 2 diesel boats here in A10 come off silent running, which has to be done during combat movement. And then they non-combat move over here to join their brothers in A6. Since they're now vulnerable to attack, they're going to come over there and try to help them defend. And then everybody here in East Germany, fighters included, is moving up to northern Germany. So we want to take these guys and put them over here on that card. Get these Soviet Marines over here on this card. And now with the planes you see there, that's what's sitting in northern Germany. These two early gen MBTs are also going to move up to northern Germany. From West Poland. And then I'll do this off camera so as not to waste time. Everybody here in West Czechoslovakia is moving into Bavaria. So it'll be what you see here plus the stuff there. And the little bit that survived the last battlefield nuke surgical strike is what will be in Bavaria. And that is it for non-combat movement. Now, we are placing units. Oh no, wait. I should have done this at the end of combat. The Mozambique roll. Nope, missed it by 1. Mozambique says you are not dragging us into your nightmare. Absolutely not. Okay, so these guys go over here. Well, I'll take the camera with me because it's just too hard to reach from this side, so I'll do it from the other side anyway. So they're building 2 MBTs and 2 early gen MBTs in Romania. Then they're going to do I didn't bring a guy. They're doing 2 self-propelled artillery and 2 MBTs in East Germany. I'll get a sculpt on that. And then they're doing 4 early gen MBTs there in West Czechoslovakia. Okay, that's all units placed. Collect money. Warsaw Pact is still at 29, and they have 6 bonus, which puts them at 35. They did a lot of shooting, but didn't earn any battle stars this time. So here's their missile production. And now the last thing we're doing, since we're using strategic nukes now, is SIOP, Single Integrated Operations Plan. So in your SIOP phase, you can shift strategic weapons from counter value to counter force and so forth. Does Warsaw Pact want to do that? Because what they've got left here, they've got 5, 6, 7 IRBMs left. They're going to move all 7 to the counterforce box. Yep. Okay. Ozark Outpost. Over and out.